I cannot otherwise be concerned as to be the means of fulfilling your amiable drawings. At present, I shall say no more. A fine piece, and very rare, I believe. It lines out quite restful to the eye and to the form.
Ah. The tea. Collins, you are most fortunate in your patroness.
Lady Catherine de Bourgh, indeed I am, sir. By many she is reckoned proud, but I have been treated with such affability and condescension as to twice have been invited to dine at her lady's residence. To merely convey a sense of magnitude of Rose's Park, the chimney-piece alone cost £800.
800?
Indeed, and no more than a lane separates Rose's Park from the plot of land which stands my humble abode.
Imagine that, the mere width of a lane.
Mr. Collins, does the Lady Catherine have any sons?
My lady is possessed of a daughter, Miss Anderberg, a young lady of distinguished birth, who shall be an heiress to an extensive property.
Then she shall be a sight better off than most girls. Has the young lady been presented at court?
Unhappily, Miss Anderberg's indifferent state of health prevents her from being in town, and by that means, as I told Lady Catherine myself, that she has deprived the British court of one of its brightest ornaments. You can imagine that I'm always willing to give those little delicate compliments that are always acceptable to ladies.
May I ask whether these compliments proceed from the impulse of the moment or a result of previous study?
I sometimes amuse myself in composing these little elegant compliments, as may be adapted to ordinary occasions. Yet I always strive to deliver them with as unstudied an air as possible.
You must tell us more of your society over summer, Mr. Collins.
I expect your travels have given you quite the appetite.
Quite an appetite, Mr. Bennett. Ladies.
We are serving fish.
Good morning, Mrs. Bennett. Allow me to regurgitate my enjoyment of last evening's supper, to which your fair daughters may I credit the excellence of cooking.
Oh, Mr. Collins, I assure you, we are able to keep a good cook. None of my daughters have anything to do in the kitchen.
My dear madam, if you believe that I conferred any slight upon your circumstances, then I'm mortified. Mortified. The confusion, however, does serve to introduce a purpose, which I shall shed with startling directness. After obtaining a godly profession, sufficient home, and a stable income, I intend to marry, as I am eager to make amends for the awkward nature of this entailment, and of being a generous nature, I propose to choose my wife as one of your daughters.
Oh, which one?
The seniority, I believe, should have its due.
Jane?
A lovely face and most amiable.
Mr. Collins, I feel obliged to inform you that my eldest daughter
Jane.
is very likely to soon be engaged.
My best wishes to her felicity.
But as to my younger daughters, I know of no prepossession.
Sex is
Elizabeth.
right.
Right. Now, where are those girls? Mamma, Kitty and I would like to walk into Meryton to see if Mr. Denny and Captain Carter have returned from London. Would Meryton and a walk suit you, Mr. Collins?
I enjoy the occasional walk, if not extensively long. Miss Elizabeth Bennet, would you grant me the distinction of walking into town with me?
You know my reservations, Charles. That there are insurmountable darting. Are you sure of that, Charles? I'm sure of it.
Does Mr. Denny who does have Captain Carter with this?
That gentleman is far too pleasingly shaped to be Captain We have returned to a far more sociable and attractive company, I dare say. Allow me. This is my friend, Mr. George Wickham, Miss Jane Bennett, Miss Elizabeth Bennett, Miss Mary Bennett,
And Miss Catherine Bennett, leaving this attractive young woman to be Miss Lydia Bennett. Denny has told me much of the Bennets of Longbourn, all of it most flattering.
Oh, this is our cousin, Mr. Collins.
Honoured.
So,
Will you be in Meryton long, Mr. Wickham?
several months, I'm pleased to say. I've accepted a commission at the Hertfordshire Regiment.
which he shall quickly outshine us all, I'm sure.
Well, I hope we shall enjoy seeing you often, Mr. Wickham.
As to you, Miss Bennett. Miss Bennett, how very fortunate. I had not expected to see you here. Darcy and I were just on our way to Longbourn to inquire after your health. Weren't we, Darcy? Sorry. He was just here a moment ago. Are you well enough to be out and about yet?
I'm quite recovered, truly.
Well then, would you care for a walk around town with me?
Yes, of course, Mr. Bingley.
Amazing. I will surrender her very soon.
Mr. Wickham, can we entice you and Mr. Denny to do some bonnets with us? We are at such a loss to determine which is prettiest and would so value your opinion.
How's your eye for bonnets, Wickham?
Unpracticed, sad to say. But I'll join you presently.
I've got little interest in bonnets, Mr. Collins. Would you like to view the remnants of the Benedictine Abbey with me?
Is it far?
It's a brief amble from where we stand. It's a most revealing.
Miss Bennett, Mr. Wickham.
Could I inquire, Miss Bennett, how far Netherfield Park is from Meryton?
It is 3 miles to the west.
And how long has Mr. Darcy been staying there?
Since late September. Are you acquainted?
Yes, we played together as children, in fact. We are not on friendly terms any longer. I'm disappointed to say.
Wait, Mr. Wickham, you
Yes.
promised to join us.
I do apologize. Miss Bennett, do you know Mr. Darcy?
As well as I wish to. He is on a slight acquaintance, a very ill-tempered man.
Then we have a very common interest between us. Ladies, I'll join you presently.
There's a party tonight, Mr. Wickham, at the Lucases. Will you come? It's only supper cards and silly games, nothing like a London party.
I suppose. If Mrs. Lucas would be as kind as to invite me, I would just be delighted.
Lady Lucas should be quite cross if we did not persuade you to join us. And I should be disappointed not to continue our conversation.
Mr. Collins wishes to solicit the affections of our dear Lizzie. Perhaps I may arrange it that they may be in each other's company all evening long.
Of course, my dear, but why not let nature take its course? I must always intervene.
That is very like you to say, Mr. Bennett. It is never best to leave these things to Providence. I did not do so with you.
Sadly, I am beginning to see that I'm falling.
Things you do say, Mr. Bennett.